But that one was the one, but it was for the wrong, it had the wrong result. It made him a very, very dangerous man. And, you know, you could see how intense he was on wanting to go out there. And even when he was throwing in early in the fight, when he was throwing counter punches, I've never seen him throw with that kind of, like Mike Tyson used to say, bad intent.
Any kind of success or any kind of result, especially after that performance, Usyk's getting better and better. He just improves every time he fights, and now he's bigger and thicker set, 20 pound heavier tonight than what he was when he beat Usyk.
In recent training footage, Oleksandr Usyk looks absolutely phenomenal, like no one else in the sport today. His training methods are bizarrely unique, enhancing his reflexes and visual awareness to an almost supernatural level. It's as if he sees punches before they're even thrown. His movement is calculated, disciplined, and borderline unreal. This rare approach to preparation is what makes him so elusive in the ring and why no opponent ever finds him easy to crack. Many questioned Usyk's durability and whether he could hold his own against younger, more powerful heavyweights. Walking into the rematch against Daniel Dubois, he faced intense scrutiny. But instead of buckling under pressure, Usyk delivered a clinical masterclass that silenced every critic. His timing, footwork, and poise stood far above anything Dubois could offer. As Russ Somber pointed out, Usyk entered the ring with a point to prove, and he proved it emphatically. Controlling the tempo, breaking Dubois down with precision, he reminded the world that his skills are still world-class. That win wasn't just a victory, it was a bold statement of dominance in the heavyweight division.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised because I had never seen him so intent on wanting to knock somebody out. You know, like it's the quickest knockout he scored, I think, in his professional career.
Yeah,
I'd
even
have
at
to look
cruiserweight.
at it. Yeah, I'd have to look to be sure, but you know, it's the quickest knockout he scored. He was a man on a mission.
Yeah.
He was really personally hurt and offended by the remarks made by Team Dubois.
Yeah.
By George Fox, Don Charles' son.
Yeah.
By Don himself, questioned. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was questioning Usyk's faith.
Yes.
Now you could question a lot. You can question his skill, question boxing, or whatever you want. Questioning his faith, bro.
Yeah.
That was something that really hit a chord, and you don't often. You know, Tyson Fury couldn't get to
No, he tried
Usyk
every hand
mentally,
game in the book.
But that one was the one, but it was for the wrong, it had the wrong result. It made him a very, very dangerous man. And, you know, you could see how intense he was on wanting to go out there. And even when he was throwing in early in the fight, when he was throwing counter punches, I've never seen him throw with that kind of, like Mike Tyson used to say, bad intentions.
Yeah, bad intentions, yeah.
He was throwing with bad intentions, yeah.
Usyk's greatness stretches far beyond the ropes. At the height of his boxing career, he made the courageous decision to serve his country when war erupted in Ukraine. While others sought shelter, Usyk stepped up to defend his homeland. This act of bravery earned him immense respect and showed that he holds not only the heart of a champion, but the soul of a true patriot. From being dismissed by some British fighters and fans to becoming a globally respected once-in-a-generation warrior, his rise speaks for itself. Usyk never begged for recognition. He earned every ounce of it through sheer will and unwavering spirit.
Usyk's involvement in the war began when he enlisted in the Ukrainian Territorial Defense Forces after the Russian invasion. His decision to fight for Ukraine has had a profound impact on the country, making him a symbol of hope and resistance. Usyk's presence on the front lines has boosted the morale of the Ukrainian military and civilian population alike. So this man kept his heavyweight championship, continued to be heavyweight champion, no losses, nothing on his record, and still went and defended his country during war. Given that, you gotta give him the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time. His accolades inside the ring match it. But now that I find this out that the man was in the front line, and they said that even after the Fury fight, he was keeping in contact with the soldiers, and he was, boosting the morale and boosting his countrymen and raising money for the war, regardless of the politics, whether the war should be going on or not and who should be killing who, it don't matter. The man went to war.
Carl Froch has openly acknowledged Usyk's steady ascent to dominance. With each passing fight, he looks sharper, stronger, and more tactically advanced. Froch pointed out that Joseph Parker wouldn't pose much of a threat, especially given Parker's track record and vulnerabilities, which pale in comparison to the threat Usyk brings. Froch even suggested that Usyk might consider retiring soon, having already achieved so much. He's conquered multiple divisions, defended his belts, and stamped himself as the best of this generation. Facing someone like Moses would add nothing new to his legacy. Froch's view echoes what many believe. Usyk has already done it all.
Heavier tonight than what it was when he beat Fury, which I said earlier. He just looks like a big, solid heavyweight, big, solid, dangerous heavyweight, but I'd like to see him retire. He's 38 years old. Eventually, it's going to catch up with him, the age, and there's nothing left to do. He's made an absolute fortune, and he don't need it anymore. He's done it. He's clocked it. He's completed it. It's like he's got the cheat code, and it's like it's not fair on everybody else. So I'd like to see Usyk retire. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see him fight next. Somebody like Moses Atoma, I just don't think is going to be ready. I think if you're managing Moses, you need to take your time with him. You can't be chucking him in there. People say, yeah, chuck him in there with him, fight him, see how he goes. If he gets beat, he's lost to Usyk. But it could destroy his soul. It could take away that young, promising prospect that Atoma is. He could have a good future. And to fight somebody like Usyk now, if he got wiped out and got disheartened, it could be the end of his career. So I just think Usyk now, really, nobody can say anything to Usyk if he retires now after that win. He's done everything there is to do. Fury twice, AJ twice, now Dubois twice. There's nobody else left to beat. He's done it. Usyk should just hang the gloves up. He's been a fantastic addition to the heavyweight division since coming up from cruiserweight. He's been absolutely brilliant. And what he did tonight against Dubois was nothing short of just... He made it look easy, and I don't want to disrespect Daniel Dubois, but he just made it look easy, and he does make rounds look easy, doesn't he? Whoever is in with, whether he's in with Tyson Fury, whether he's in with AJ, he makes it look easy.
Joseph Parker's name is being tossed around as a potential next opponent for Usyk, but most see it as a lopsided matchup. The difference in style and experience makes it hard to sell as a true challenge. Oladipo suggested a more entertaining alternative, bringing Derek Chisora back for a rematch. His reasoning leaned more toward showmanship than competition. Chisora is known to turn every bout into a spectacle, regardless of outcome. His rugged style, raw aggression, and flair for drama could...
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the #1 for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get... I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's rankings. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll fight then. Fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold onto the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker, because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
It's no shock that some have begun comparing Usyk to Muhammad Ali. While their styles differ, the core of their greatness feels strikingly similar. Both exhibit a level of ring IQ that transcends physical talent. They don't just beat opponents. With punches, they outthink them with rhythm, deception, and masterful strategy. Usyk's ability to dissect a fight, adapt mid-round, and completely outclass his rivals mirrors the brilliance that made Ali legendary. This comparison isn't about fame.
Interesting heavyweight division, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought of Usyk's performance, where he ranks in the all-time list. I know, everybody was big into their nostalgia, but remember, Soviets were not turning pro until the 90s, and I think that makes a big difference. That's another thing. Heavyweights are bigger. Lefties are more common now, and also the Soviet era of fighters did not start turning pro until the 90s. So the old days, they didn't have to deal with those guys. So a lot of things that also favor Usyk being a GOAT. But of course, man, it's hard to pick against Ali being the GOAT.